Hello, and welcome to the introductory videos for Cabinet Vision. In this video, we will be covering job properties. First, to start a new job, we will click File, then click the New button. A new dialog box has opened, and this is known as the Job Properties window. This is where we input the information for the job. The first menu we will be looking at is Job Properties. Across the top, you will see three tabs: Information, Comment, and Schedule. We will be starting with the Information tab. Under the Job heading, the first field we encounter is Number. Generally, this is used for the name of the job, such as John Smith Kitchen. Below that is Description, which details more information about the job, such as Oak Kitchen. Finally, we have PO number on the right. This can be filled in for any customers that use purchase order numbers. The section below this is the customer information section. This is where we can fill in all our customer details, such as name, address, email, and any comments you wish to enter. Sometimes a shipping address can be different to the customer's address. In this case, we can untick Ship to Customer, and then the Ship To tab is now available. Next, we will click on the Comment tab. Here, we can record helpful customer information, such as what door styles the customer was considering or what handles they were interested in. The last tab is the Schedule tab, where we can record important dates such as production date, delivery date, and payment dates. Now with the job properties filled in, we can move on to the room properties. Jobs can be made of several rooms. We are filling in details for the first room. In this case, our room name would be Kitchen. Under Type, we have several different options, but this is only cosmetic and will not change anything in the job. In Description, we enter the room description, such as Oak Kitchen, Oak Doors. Under Material, we are selecting the room material schedule. For more information on material schedules, see the material schedule video. In this case, with my data, the only difference is that one has a matte floor, such as wood flooring, while gloss floor is used for shiny polished tiles. The last option here is Start Assembly Numbering At. If we tick this option, we can say to start the numbering this room at cabinet 7, for instance. This feature can be used if necessary to match your numbers with an architect's drawings. The next tab on the top is Finishes. You will see on the top we have interior finish and exterior finish. If the material we use has no defined color, such as MDF, this is the color they will adopt. Whether a part gets interior or exterior finish is determined in the part catalog. Think of a finish as a paint color. Interior texture and exterior texture work the same way. If a material has no texture assigned, then it will use one of these instead. The last tab here is Layout. Under the Wall section, we can set our default wall thickness, wall height, and soffit height. We are setting default settings here. These can all be changed on a wall-by-wall basis. In Placement, we have the vertical placement setting. This determines where the top of upper or wall cabinets is placed. The last button you can see at the bottom, Set a System Default, will set all of these settings as your standard, so you do not have to set them again. On the left, let's click on Cabinet, now that the job and room properties are completed. Our first option to select under the Construction tab is the Cabinet Construction. This determines how our cabinets will be built in this job. In this data, we have various options such as face frame cabinets, frameless cabinets, and wardrobes. For now, I will select a frameless method. We can change each cabinet construction method on a cabinet by cabinet basis, but here we are working on the 80% rule. If 80% of our cabinets in a job follow one construction, then that is the one we choose. Next, we will pick how our drawers are constructed. Finally, we will pick our rollout or internal drawers. If these are your standard, don't forget to click Set a System Default. Moving on to the Materials tab. The top section, Upper Material Schedules, determine what material our upper cabinets will be made from. This is further divided into Standard and Exposed Interior. Standard covers all our cabinets, whereas Exposed Interior is only for cabinets that the customer can see inside, such as a glass door cabinet. The next section, base material schedules, determine what our base cabinets will be made from. Finally, we have drawer box material schedule and rollout material schedule. Again, these determine what our drawers will be made from. Over to the next tab, hardware. The pull schedule determines what door and drawer pulls or handles are applied to our cabinets. Drawer guide schedules selects our preferred drawer guides. Be careful to select appropriate guides based on the drawer box construction you have picked. Hinge schedules determine the type of hinge we will be using in our job. If we select a hinge with an inset value, then we also have the option to select a face frame bead. The last schedule to select below controls what type of sliding door gear we will use. Again, if this is a standard for you, don't forget to click Set as System Defaults. The next tab is Doors. Here we'll select the primary doors that will be used in this job. Currently, we are on the All tree, which will set all our doors to the same style, but we can set different styles for different situations if necessary. Click on Style to change the door style. Once we click here, a small grey box with 3 dots inside it appears. Clicking on this prompts us to select a different door from the door catalogue. To change your door, simply left-click the door you want, then click the OK button. Next, if we want to change the door material, we follow the same process. The material schedules that appear here is controlled in the door catalogue. If you want to add a profile, simply click the drop-down menu, then select as necessary. The default profiles are cosmetic and do not apply machining toolpaths to the doors. If we have a textured material, like an oak, we can tick this box to get a quick preview of it before entering the job. On the bottom right, we have the option to grain match. By ticking the Doors box, this allows us to grain match doors by cabinet or to let Cabinet Vision auto-group them. And if we wish to grain match the end panels, then we can tick that box as well. Our final tab in the cabinet properties is Layout. Here, we control the default sizes of our base cabinet height and depth, our upper or wall cabinet height and depth, tall cabinet height and depth, and finally, our vanity unit height and depth. For these settings, make sure you click Set as System Default to remember your preferences. This is the last thing we need to set on our cabinet properties. The next properties are countertops. Here, we have 3 tabs: Materials, Profiles, and Layout. Under the Materials tab, we select the type of countertop material that we will use in this job. In the Profiles tab, we select the edge profile that we want to use. If you don't want one, then just select the square edge profile. Finally, we have the Layout tab. Under Automatic Tops, we can specify how much our countertop overhangs our cabinets, how much it overhangs the edge of our cabinets, and a minimum depth of countertop to be built. If we tick the below box, we can also add a splash or splashback. To our right, we can set the splash height and depth defaults. Below this, we can set our countertop thickness. Let's move to the final properties, the molding properties. Here we can set the material used to make our moldings. We can also select the different profiles for each type of molding. If we click the OK button, then we will start our job. Clicking Cancel will close this window and return us to the splash screen. Any system defaults that have been set will be remembered even if you click Cancel. This concludes our introductory video for job properties.